What if I told you that the way you spend the first 60 minutes of your day has the power to completely rewire your brain? That a simple, intentional shift in your morning habits could sharpen your focus, boost your energy, erase self-doubt, and turn you into the kind of person who doesn't just dream, but executes. Most people stumble into their mornings half awake, half scrolling, and fully distracted. They surrender their brain's most powerful hours to chaos. But you don't have to be like most people. The truth is, your brain is most impressionable in the early morning. Neurologists call it the golden hour because your brain's chemistry is more plastic, more receptive, and more primed to form new neural pathways right after waking. That means what you do during that window doesn't just affect how your day goes. It literally reshapes how your brain performs in the long run. If you've been feeling stuck, foggy, reactive, or unmotivated, there's a high chance your morning is the problem. But here's the good news. With the right structure, your morning can become your mental training ground. Now, before you think this is just another list of like wake up early, drink water, journal your gratitude, pause, this is different. This is about rewiring your brain at the neurological level. It's not about hustle culture or pretending to be productive. It's about scientifically priming your mind to perform at its peak through intentional patterns of behavior. We are going to dive deep into a morning routine that's not based on hype, but built on how your brain actually works. Step 1 starts the moment your eyes open, before your feet even hit the floor. No phone, no emails. No checking what the world wants from you. Instead, sit up, take a deep breath, and engage in what's called prefrontal activation. This is the act of intentionally directing your focus toward a conscious thought. It can be a question, an affirmation, or even a visualized goal. Why? Because your prefrontal cortex, responsible for reasoning and planning, is highly influenceable in this state. You want to train your brain not to react, but to create. So ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be today? What's one thing I'll take ownership of? It's a simple act of asking primes your brain for deliberate, focused action. Next comes movement, but not the hardcore gym session you might think. Just 5 to 10 minutes of light, intentional movement. This could be stretching, a brisk walk, or body weight mobility exercises. The goal isn't to break a sweat. It's to stimulate blood flow to the brain and activate your nervous system. This improves alertness, coordination, and mental clarity. Most importantly, it signals to your body, we're awake, we're moving forward, we're not on autopilot. Once your body is awake, it's time to feed your brain without food. I'm talking about silence. Most people rush to stimulation the second they wake up: music, news, texts, podcasts, but the brain needs quiet space to process and organize thought. Sit in stillness for 5 minutes. No music, no guided meditation, just pure silence. This practice allows your brain's default mode network to activate, which is crucial for creativity, introspection, and clarity. In this quiet, you'll often find answers you weren't even looking for. Then, shift to intentional breathing. Yes, breathing. But not just shallow inhales and exhales. Is a technique like box breathing or deep diaphragmatic breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Exhale for 4. Hold again for 4. Do this for 2 to 3 minutes. This calms the amygdala, the part of your brain responsible for fear and stress, and activates the parasympathetic nervous system. You're telling your brain, we're safe, we're focused, we're ready. In just a few minutes, you're building mental resilience that lasts through the day. Now, your mind is clear. This is the moment to program it. What most people don't realize is that visualization, when done properly, isn't just daydreaming. It activates the same neural circuits as real-life execution. Sit with your eyes closed and visualize yourself completing the hardest task of your day. Picture the steps, the challenges, the emotional state you want to be in. Feel the victory. This teaches your brain what success looks and feels like. Your mind won't distinguish between imagined and real experience, so give it something powerful to simulate. At this point, your brain is fully primed. Now comes cognitive fuel: light reading, not emails or social feeds. Pick up a book that challenges your thinking, stretches your perspective, or teaches you a new skill. Just 10 pages. This stimulates the hippocampus, enhances memory formation, and pushes your mind into learning mode. You're conditioning your brain to crave growth first thing in the morning. Over time, this builds a mental appetite for knowledge rather than distraction. Now, you can transition into planning, not just listing to-dos, but identifying your one high-impact task for the day. What's the single thing that, if accomplished, would move the needle forward? Write it down. Then write down why it matters. This engages the brain's executive functions and emotionally anchors the task in your mind. You're no longer relying on discipline alone. You're giving your brain a reason, a target, and a pathway. All of this, yes, all of it can be done in under an hour. And none of it requires expensive tools, courses, or complex systems. Just intention, it's just consistency. Because the magic doesn't lie in doing it once. Its magic lies in doing it every morning, until your brain expects it, craves it, and runs on it. That's how you rewire thought patterns. It's how you stop reacting and start leading. Now let's be real. The first few mornings might feel awkward. Your brain will resist change. It'll want the phone, the bed, the old loop of noise and dopamine. But every time you choose this routine, even in part, you weaken the old pathways and strengthen new ones. That's neuroplasticity at work. You're literally reshaping the structure of your mind. And as the weeks go by, you'll notice something. Your mind gets quieter. Your decisions get sharper. You start noticing patterns in your thoughts. You anticipate distractions. You catch yourself before falling into procrastination. Why? Because your mornings aren't random anymore. They're rehearsals for the life you're building. This is what high performers understand. They don't leave their mornings to chance. They treat the early hours like sacred ground because they know the brain doesn't just power the diet programs the life. You don't need more motivation. You don't need another alarm app or productivity hack. You need a morning ritual that speaks directly to your brain's language pattern, repetition, focus, and intention. Imagine waking up and knowing exactly what to do, not rushing, not reacting, just following a flow that sharpens your mind, strengthens your discipline, and aligns your actions. That's what this routine gives you. A blueprint to rewire how you think, how you feel, and how you operate. You might not see results in 24 hours, but give it 30 days. Commit, even when it's uncomfortable, especially when it's uncomfortable, because discomfort is the signal of rewiring and progress. That's your brain breaking old habits and forming new ones. Stay with it. Your morning is not just the beginning of the day, it's the foundation of your identity. Stack enough intentional mornings on top of each other, and you won't just change your habits, you'll change your life. The version of you that you're chasing, that person is already awake, already moving, already focused. The only question is, will you meet them there? Start tomorrow. There's no perfect setup needed. Just 1 hour. Your mind is waiting. It's ready to be rewired.